Ladies and gentlemen, happy Saturday. We are here for another episode of AI for Breakfast. Joined with my guy, Steve Bayonne. Today, we've got some AI industry updates for you. And most importantly, we've got a new exciting course launch. This is going to be free inside of all of our AI Visionary Network members portal. So today, that's what we're going to kind of chop it up with you guys about. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Steve, what's going on?
Oh, man, everything's good. Wow, it's a busy Saturday already.
Right.
Yeah, like Champ said, we have a new free course offering. So it's called AI and Job Displacement. We actually just linked it to your portal, so you should have got a notification of it, so it'll be in your learning tab. So this course basically explores how AI is transforming industries, impacting jobs, and then what the future of work might look like in an AI-driven economy. Okay. So each one of these lessons provide insights into potential job loss, skill gaps, emerging roles, prospective strategies to adapt, including the importance of staying informed through resources like the AI Job Impact Report. All right. So this one is basically telling you, everything from job losses due to AI, the skills gap for AI-driven economy, emerging job roles, strategies for adapting in AI-driven economy, preparing for the future of work, the role of governments, companies, and individuals, and then using the AI Job Impact Report to stay ahead. All right. So if you don't know what we do here, we actually have, I want to say, get back, I can't see everybody's face. We're probably releasing another before holiday. I think we're going to release another 9 more free courses. And then we're pretty much caught up. So the premise of the AI Visionaries Network is really to pour into people, right? I'm watching a lot of people being displaced, people not even seeing that the displacement is coming at their employment. So one of the first things we wanted to do is first introduce people to what AI is. So when you go inside of your,
Share should be good.
I'm on share screen.
Yep.
Okay. Be right there. I'm gonna share something with you guys. Yeah, we've been a little quiet on the AI side. Crypto kind of picked up on us overnight, so we were left scrambling. All right, so this is what your learning looks like when you come into the AVN. Again, it's free to join, guys. Maybe at the top of the year, we're looking at a monthly membership on this, but if you're in now, you're grandfathered in. So you should tell all your friends and family members, like, get in here as soon as possible. All right, so when you come in, you basically have a start here. There's an AI Made Simple for Beginners course. The way that it's laid out is the way that we would want you to take these courses. They're easy to digest. We simplified it, and everybody that's in the group that took it, they're happy that they one, joined the group, and two, they had no clue that AI wasn't as difficult as they were making it seem. And I think the biggest thing that everybody took from it is that they didn't realize how long we've been playing with AI, right, in our everyday lives. Okay, so you start here, you basically unpack, kind of tells you everything about the platform. AI Made Simple is the first course we did. This is the beginner's course. AI in everyday life, that's important. This is the one that's going to tell you like where AI is, right? Because I think we all, AI is in everything. Your television, Netflix, your GPS, like all of it is AI. AI has been around since 1950. Also, just so you know, we have the top 5 AI job impacts in the new roles. What we just launched today, the AI and the job displacement, the future of work. We have AI evolution, exploring the 5 levels of open AI. That one's powerful. All right, that gives you a look into the future with what these guys are trying to do. AI for non-coders, using an AI tool without programming. Of course, the AI Job Impact Report. Champ's going to drop something on you guys in a minute. How to start your own AI consulting agency. We also gave you 7 free AI certification courses, and then NVIDIA has 5 free essential courses. All right, so that makes up our basket. Like I said, we have about 9 more coming before we're going to start to make the pivot. Now we're going to get into like the Chat GPT. We have I think it might be a 2-day masterclass on that. We have a agency that we're building out. Skyton Academy is going to turn into an agency where we're going to help you guys position yourself one of the things that happened during the tech boom was um, it was the rise of the consultants, right? The consulting industry. And that's the same thing is going to happen here. When new emerging tech comes out, you have so many people who just don't have the time to upskill themselves. So what they do is they pay professionals to basically do the work or to teach them. And this is the position that we want to put you in at the AVN is to be relying on self. So even if you did upskill yourself, this is what you have to understand. If a company is cutting 20,000 jobs due to AI and automation, they're also going to create new jobs, but the new jobs are only going to be for the people that took the certifications that are upskilled for it. So if we have now for 20,000 jobs, they're not going to replace 20,000 with 20,000, right? So now you're going to be in a pool amongst a small amount of people. All right. The one thing I would tell my Black and brown people now that they got rid of DEI, they don't have to give you anything. So I'm just telling you that if you're going up against 200 people in a company and everybody's certified, let's think about it. Right. So this is why I say that you can position yourself to be a consultant in whatever area you want to assist, whether it be small or mid or large companies. So when we have the agency set up, we're going to be showing people how to set up businesses through the agency, how to set up websites. We're going to get into chat box development. We're going to get into Facebook chat bot development. We're going to get into Instagram bot development, like a lot of things that you can sell other people who are looking for this. A lot of small business owners are behind the curve, and they won't be able to keep up with as fast as the technology is being implemented. Right. We have our guy on here, Handsome. His family is in the supermarket industry. They ran a report, and the feedback has been tremendous on the reports too, guys. You start to see the reports. The reports give you an inside look into what's happening in your world, in your industry specifically, what is going to be removed as far as jobs, what jobs are going to be displaced, what jobs are going to be added, what skill sets that you need, what upskill training that you need. We actually give you the links to the direct training courses. The one thing you don't want to do in AI is you don't want to go down a training rabbit hole, right? Because you could overtrain yourself and then not realize that will not apply to certain things. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find out, what industry you want to sit in, or find out if your industry is even something that you want to invest in the future. This is big for parents with children going to college, whether it be a year or 2 years from now. Trust me, the world is changing. And for kids sitting in college now, there's majors that by the time they get out, they're not even going to exist anymore. So that's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. So we literally put this report out for $97, and it's a big money saver for a lot of families and a lot of people, right? So Champ decided to drop a discount on you guys today. It was kind of last minute. I'm like, whatever. So Champ, what are you giving them on
All
that?
right, so today, all right, this is gonna be a limited time offer. For the next 4 days, including today. All right, we're going to give you guys $40 off your AI job impact report. We're gonna give you guys the code. The code is going to be AI 57, and I'll make sure that I'm dropping this for you guys inside the chat and in the description on the replay, so you guys will have it. But this includes all industries. All right. If the industry is already completed and is readily available, we will get that out to you immediately. If it is customary and it's something that we have to run, it will take about 5 days to get it back to you, 5 business days to get it to you. All right. Because these are specifically curated for your industry. And just like Steve said, he ran down everything. The AI, it's the AI job report is going to run down your impact on the industry, the job roles affected, new opportunities, how to stay relevant with practical strategies, upskilling recommendations, all things. Top employers that are seeking AI talent, even down to potential salaries for emerging roles that's in that industry. So the AI impact report is amazing. Steve did say this, but the feedback has been awesome. And everyone who said it, they've all said the same thing. The value of the report is priceless. So today we're gonna sweeten the deal just a little bit more for you. We're gonna take $40 off for you so you all can get it and partake in your discount. All right. So the sale price will be for $57. and it expires Tuesday, November 19th at 11:59 p.m. So I'm going to drop this in the chat for you guys to get rocking.
Guys, there's a lot happening in the AI space, and we're gonna start to analyze some companies too, like publicly traded companies. We're gonna bring in some we're gonna start to talk about some AI opportunities in cryptocurrency. Um, if you want to take this one down, I've been in this one for a little bit. This project is called TARS AI. It's on the Solana blockchain. Um, it's been doing well for me. This is a good one for you guys to look at. It is in essence, it's like a basket of AI products, um, but on the blockchain. And it's it's the first AI backed by Solana project. So you have to understand, Solana is a pretty powerful blockchain, and they have some great projects that are on there. I'm not a fan of the blockchain infrastructure itself, but they do have some great products on there, and TARS AI is one of them. And that's the first one endorsed by Solana. And there's some big names behind that project too. So um, that's a gem for you guys. TARS AI. Just take a look at it. It's not investment advice. I'm just telling you. Um, we gave that months ago, right, Champ?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we gave that months ago, and I want to say the entry price when we gave it was maybe 8 or 9 cents.
8 cent. Yep.
So we're at 17 cents now. It was a little higher the last couple of days. It actually topped over 20, I want to say. It kind of retraced a little bit. Um, wow, XRP is running.
Yeah, the market is running right now, man. This is a beautiful thing, but this is just a drop in the bucket in comparison to what's to come. So, you know, this administration is heavy on cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence. So, it's imperative that everybody kind of gets through, familiarizing themselves with AI, how it's impacting their industries, because it's going to start affecting financial markets as well. People are going to leverage the power and the technology of AI and crypto both to kind of basically make everybody smarter, more efficient, and more productive in making money. But you can probably bet your bottom dollar is only going to be with this administration. So the window of opportunity is going to close very soon, very shortly. So time is of the essence. 57.
Yeah, guys, and you may think that things are moving fast, and they are. And the reason that they're moving fast is because we already have the adoption of the internet. So that's why every bit of technology that is laying on top of this internet it just feels like it's like we can't keep up with it. I'm to a point now where, I'm really pivoting, and I've been talking a lot of globalization, meaning looking at taking your money and it is going to stretch in other countries. So this is what people have done since the beginning of time. We just, we could never even get our credit scores together, never mind thinking like we could move international with certain things. Um, So, a couple things I wanted to kind of give you guys, catch you up to speed in the AI news cycle. So, the AI chatbots, disturbing messages raise concerns, right? So, a graduate student in Michigan reported receiving unsettling responses from Gemini. That's Google's AI. The chatbots allegedly called the student a burden and suggested that he should die. Right. So Google acknowledged the issue. So this definitely happened. Okay. And it stated it violated their policies and that the measures have been implemented to prevent similar instances. All right. We had a 14-year-old kid commit suicide the other day. That was heartbreaking. He formed a relationship with an AI bot, and it basically, I don't want to talk too much about that. That one bothers me a lot. Um, so the reason I wanted to bring up the safety part is we are finishing up our first book. It's going to turn into a book, but it's going to be an ebook initially. So it is pull it up for you guys. Still we're still working on it. I'm excited about this one. So it's AI safety for kids. It's a guide for parents, and it's going to be narrated by our. We have two mascots at Skyton Academy, Prosper and Finn. Prosper being the older and Finn being the younger. So they're going to narrate the actual book and ebook. All right. So it's basically a parent's guide that's going to provide you with just what's happening, what is AI, how AI is affecting children, the up and downside to AI, the top apps that kids are using and how AI is being used in those apps. We're going to give you the pros and cons of that, and then how to keep your kids safe. So we broke it down into two categories: kids and teenagers. So the teenagers would be like the Instagrams, the Snapchats. The kids would be like ABC Mouse, Minecraft, etc. So it's packed full of, and this book is like long. I want to say it's probably over 60 pages right now. So we felt like the parent guide is important. So you have to understand, if you as a parent, you're not going to get involved in an AI situation, that's fine. You'll just lose your job at some point, and you'll try to be figuring the thing out at the last minute. No problem. But then what happens is, if your disinterest in the technology is also your inability to be able to teach and navigate your kids through this, there's a lot of wacky stuff happening with this AI situation. So we have to effectively train ourselves, and then to be able to train the younger generation, because they're the ones that have to deal with that on a full-time basis. I don't have to partake in AI like that if I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah. I'm global with it. I have skill sets that could take me out the country. I can effectively build real estate and do things. And the whole thing is, I can provide value to people. So I'm always going to be valuable. Right. So for people that work for people, and there's nothing wrong with that, I'm just telling you that every employer is looking to cut costs right now. And if you start to see automation coming at your job, if you start to see, little shakeups here and there, just know that there's more things that are happening, and they're up, they're building their system. So the first thing you do is you train the worker. The second thing you do is you train the robot or the automation. The third thing you do is you put the automation and the robot next to the person, right? So they could train together. And then the next thing you do is you cut the person and you keep the robot. So that's how it's happening in that order. And then there's, I don't want to just stick to the downside of it. There's so much upside to it. Like, this technology is affording us the opportunity to auto trade. It's affording us the opportunity to be able to read our numbers in real time. It's affording us the opportunity to add those layers to our existing businesses or our lives, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody in essence should have their own personal chat. That's another thing we're going to be doing in the AVN, is showing people how to set up their own personal chat. And what do I mean by that? Right now, I'm duplicating myself, right? So that means I could effectively do all of these masterclasses simultaneously, and not only in America, but throughout the world. So I could transcribe myself in another language. As I'm talking, I could be speaking Latin or Portuguese or this, and then I'm headed into new markets. That's the power of AI right now, right? The fact that you could duplicate yourself. The other part of it is, you figure there's a whole consultant world that's being built out right now. So right now, the number one thing that people are asking for is chat box implementation. We're working on ours at the Academy. You could effectively, it's the end of emails at this point now, right? Being able to just type in something and get the information back. That's going to be one of the biggest products in the AI kind of world right now. That's the one that a lot of businesses are using, small to mid-size, right? And then just how AI is affecting healthcare. That's another thing in its own. It's early detection on cancer, and I mean, this technology it has access to so many data points. It is effectively going to replace, they said, in the next 2 years, every human job. And not saying that it's going to do that, meaning it has the power to do that, right? And when you look at when you take the course, the Open AI, the 5 levels of it, it's scary. The last level is it could effectively start a whole enterprise, meaning it could replace CEOs, right? You could talk a business out of a box. That's part of the reason why I'm not looking to really do business in America like that, because we're always at the forefront of things, and I would consider what this water in America would be red. There's just constant competition, constant sharks in the water. When you start to go overseas, you start to see that the markets are smaller, the markets are a little bit behind. So when you come with that skill set, you're able to effectively catch them up to speed.
Yeah.
Right. The things are just moving extremely fast here, and we're just gonna have access to it's just too much competition, going on right now. So Elon Musk is in a legal battle, and it's looking to include Microsoft. All right. So he amended his lawsuit against OpenAI, right? And that's to incorporate antitrust claims against Microsoft. Right. So the lawsuit alleges that both companies are attempting to monopolize generative AI. So Elon Musk is catching this. Okay. So that's another big thing that's happening right now. If you know, Elon Musk is about to be inside of the government official at this point now. So things are about to get shaken, guys. This is the time that they're looking to level the playing field for a lot of people. You're going to start to see a lot of opportunity in between that part. Don't get caught up in the left and the right. Just understand the nuances and the changes and find opportunity within those, because it's going to be loud in there. All right. What else we have? Coca-Cola faces backlash over AI generated Christmas ads. Okay. So what happened was, hold on. All right. So they generated these AI Christmas commercials. Okay. And it's been criticized. All right. So the advertisement, and it was intended to pay homage to the company's 95 holidays are coming. They had this whole promotional campaign back in the mid-90s. And it features AI created scenes of festive red trucks delivering cola. All right. So the viewers described the commercial as creepy and ugly. Right. And it just lacked the emotion of the warmth of traditional advertisement. So people picked up on it immediately. Right. So this is the thing now, yeah, you can save money with it, but if it's not effectively connecting with people, right? Because AI doesn't have emotion, right?
Yep.
And you can teach it to get emotion. It's getting better by the day, but again, I think they're coming out the gate relying on it too much, and it's all tests at the end of the day. So this one didn't land correctly. So you're going to start to see, even movies. Tyler Perry, he had he had a big expansion that he was about to do, and he basically X'd the whole thing, right? Because at this point now, how AI is changing the movie industry and things like that, you don't really need to be on site with the technology. So everyone's going through a fight right now. In these times, guys, you have what they call expansion. Anytime there's times get a little hard, you have big fish eat little fish. So what I mean by that, everyone is buying each other out. There's border wars right now. Countries are taking over other countries. This is the shakeup now, right? This is the part. The guy who's sitting on the most cash is going to have access to the most opportunities. You're going to see a consolidation in music and entertainment. Maybe not sports so much. They're already consolidated. Billionaires could kind of control that. So you're starting to see the Rome is crumbling, guys. That's it. Every industry is just feeling the pain right now. So when you have consolidation, you have a rise of new powers, right? So I feel like Apple and even Meta are going to own a good portion of the music industry, right? You're going to start to see a big shakeup on that. Same thing's going to happen in the banking sector. Right, you're going to start to see a lot of smaller banks that can't keep up with the new technology that's needed. Right, I've attempted to bank black since the beginning of time, and they don't even have Zelle at black banks for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's like, if they're behind there, how are they going to ever self-custody my cryptocurrency? So these are all things that I'm looking at when I'm looking to do business with anybody at this point. It's like, how are you positioned for the future? Right. This is why it's important. This is why we created the AVN. And we know what the times are right now. And this is why we gave so much access for free. But we're free. No one ever really sees value in it. So I'm just telling you, like, don't play yourself. This ain't like free lunch. This is like quality stuff right here that could easily be. All our students have said that we would pay for all of it after they finished it. All right. What else we got in the news cycle?
here's one thing I want to I want to drop while you look for something. So there's been an innovative update. So this is the part where when you are considering new technologies and things like that and how things are going to impact your own home, Apple is actually creating well, they're actually already done creating it. They're set to launch an AI wall tablet for home control, Siri, and video calls. So when we're talking about how AI is going to impact you, this is coming into everyone's homes. Everyone in this generation is so fixated on convenience, and it's a popcorn generation where they want things instantaneous. So imagine having tablets in your phone, and there's already technology that exists for this, but just imagine coming into your home, you literally can just say something out loud, turn up the degrees in my refrigerator, turn down the temperature in the house, turn on the TV in the living room, etc. Right? So this stuff already exists, but now with AI and automation, it's helping things become even more easier to do, right? And now it's infiltrating everyone's home. So this is not just something that's going to impact you on the outside of your home. This is coming directly into homes. And this is the age of technology. And this is kids' paradigm. This is kids' reality. So as the kids are seeing this stuff, they're going to want to do this. So even if you as the parent, you don't want to elect to show your children this, they're going to get exposed to it. This is a reality. This is going to be a norm that's existing. So I just want to say technology has always been around, but technology is continuing to advance and move at the speed of light. So it doesn't matter whether you're ready to adopt it or not, it's continuing to progress and it's going to impact you. So it's imperative to start learning these things, kind of lean into it, especially if it's unknown to you, so that you can be, on the driving force of it and not the outside forces feeding your children stuff. So this is really important. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's it. So for the last news topic, Amazon developed a AI chip, and the premise for that was to reduce the dependency on NVIDIA. So you're going to start to see a shakeup for all my guys that are in the stock market. You have to understand when you start to research the AI stuff, it translates into understanding where these companies are going and how profitable they could be in the future. So this could effectively help you with trading. All of this stuff is interconnected at the end of the day, guys. All these technologies, like I told you, we have some of the most powerful technologies in the world all branching together right now. The internet, cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, AI, and automation. I don't know if we would ever see anything. We will never see anything like this in our lifetime. In our lifetime again. It's powerful. We have to find ways to lean into the technology. Do not make the mistakes of the generations of the past, guys. Don't do that. It really is. I can't even fault the generation of the past, because what they didn't have is they didn't have the internet, and they didn't have a lot of information either, the way that we do. So there is no excuse. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is what, champ?
And ignorance is not bliss, it's dangerous.
We got to work on that one.
I
Oh, man.
think.
This guy, man. Where's Wayne at? Wayne, show this guy how to juggle, man. This guy's juggle game is.
Oh, hey, yo,
There we
wait.
go. Hey, Wayne about to juggle. Now, so that's it, guys. So AI for Breakfast is our 2 week segment where we just come in and we kick it. We're gonna start, we drop some new courses. We catch you up to speed with whatever's new in artificial intelligence. By the next one, we're gonna drop the AI for the kids' safety situation. That's an important one, guys. Holidays coming up. It's definitely something that you can, if you don't have kids, the kids are our future. So we all have kids at the end of the day. And we know people with kids. So, great product for holiday to give to people. It's cheap. I think we're at either $9 or $19. It's nothing on that one. We just want to make sure these children are safe out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, AI safety for kids, guys, is really important. And we're really looking to turn that into a full book, like printed book too. So I'm excited about that one. But outside of that, it's going to be delivered in an ebook first. So please, if you're new to the Visionary Network, Champ dropped the link in there, join it. I'm telling you, by next year, we might drop put a little monthly stamp on it. get as much people in here as possible. We're on ramping November, December, and in January we're going to reconvene to figure out, all right, do we close the group off? Because we have to start next year. At the top of next year, we're starting with the agency, so we're going to put a lot more effort into the group members who are actually active. Things have been a little quiet inside the group too. So I don't know where you guys are at. The election cycle's over. Stop crying. Let's go. It's time to get to work. It wouldn't have mattered which way it went. We still had to get to work either way. Actually, this way is probably a little bit better. I'm just telling you, just from a financial outlook and picture. They about to shake shit up. And if anybody wants a little tidbit, they're going to attack the pharmaceutical industry like nobody's business. So if you're in the stock market and you might want to look at some shorts, these guys are panicking right now. So I'm just telling you, bro, life tone. I know you've already connected those dots. So while everybody's in an uproar about why did he win, you could be positioning yourself to make life-changing moves. All right. So we're going to try to dot connect as many of those opportunities as possible. Listen, I can't catch all of them. So I'm just going to throw them out there as I see fit. But I'm telling you, pharmaceutical stocks, cooked. Absolutely cooked. And then once they start to unseal a lot of documents, then you're going to see more opportunity. And I'm just telling you that this is the opportunity now to start to globalize your investments, because the conversion of money from US going to some of these countries is we're still strong, right? So it's taking us a lot further. My money here is not taking me far here. But on paper, if I took my money and I went to another country, I could easily, 90 exit at the end of the day. Wealth of opportunity happening out there. So next, not this coming week, but the following week, we talked about globalization. We have a 4-day masterclass. We're headed to day 3, but we've been talking about globalization to people and how to diversify. EYL's been big on that too. They're building a big project out in Ghana, and it, Rashad and them, they've been pushing the whole globalization and effectively moving your money outside of the United States, guys. That there's a lot of upside in third world countries, right? You remember Venezuela, you remember El Salvador, they're hitting right now. They're up.
Yeah.
And you know what changed? Every single one of these countries, the leader. Once they cleared house and got rid of the old guard. And I'm not saying this new guard is any better if you give them power. I'm just telling you that I just need the old guys out the way. And that's where we're headed to now. So hey, let's keep the distractions at a low. Let's only focus on the things that we can control, and things that are just moving us in a more positive light. But if you're interested in money, this is it. This is it. There's no other time than now. So get as much of it as you can. Trust me when I tell you that, and don't be dumb with it. Do not be done with it. It's you want to have the nest egg on the sideline for things. All right. We have a debt bubble. We have a housing bubble. Everything's in a bubble right now. And I think they're all going to crash at one time. And that's the other thing too, guys. This is a premonition. They're going to crash not only we know the black swan's coming, but they're going to crash every market to zero damn near, right? Just to get the right entry points. And when they do it, it's going to happen in the form of a blackout. So you won't even be able to position anything. So if you got them cold storage situations, good. And then if you have the cold storage, then you need, we have bags and we have things. Can't see it. But there's ways to secure stuff for blackouts and what is that, EMP strikes and stuff?
EMP strikes, yep.
Yeah. So we gave you guys access to bags that could protect devices and things like that. So now is the time to start cleaning it up, take off any apps that you're not using on your phone. Maybe even get a second phone if you're dealing with cryptocurrency. I have a second phone that doesn't leave my house. Don't use internet connections, free Wi-Fi connections that are outside. Do not scan barcodes that you do not trust, right? That's part of it. If I scan a barcode with my main phone, that's fine, right? Because my crypto's not on here. But definitely crypto phones, you want to keep them away from the internet as much as possible. And you want to be operating with in self-custody world, meaning self-storage. Next couple of weeks, we're going to start the crypto 101. We have just a new crop of people who are looking to get in. They're not looking to do the work, so we have to simplify it for them. So we have some basic products coming out for them. If friends and family fit in that, we'll love for you to just kind of pass the message along to them. Everybody has to be in position, guys. You're going to be involved in cryptocurrency, whether or not you care to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're at the same point when we went to debit cards, when everything went digital, and everybody's like, I'm using cash. I'm never going to use a debit card. They're tracking us. So now look, they're going to always track us.
Yeah, always.
Always. But I can tell you that this technology is not running through central banks right now. So financial war, 2025 to 2028, we're going to be in a financial war. Countries warring against each other, citizens warring against governments, governments not having access to people's money, right? The ban of cold storage wallets. Yeah, I watch this. It's going to get wild. And understand the difference between a law and a mandate and a rule. You understand? They did this with the gold rush. They made it illegal to use to have gold. During the time that they took us off the gold standard, they confiscated. I'm gonna use the word confiscated everybody's gold. Gave you a little bit of money for it, raised the price on it, and then got the world going again. They're gonna do the same thing with the U.S. dollar, guys. They're going to they're confiscating our money every day now through inflation. This is what's taking money out of circulation. You better know how to connect these dots fast. We have a plan. We have a masterclass. Champ, you could drop the link for that. It already started. We're going to start at part 2. We're almost done. Next week is our last 2 days. It's been successful. It's the history of money, past, present, and future. In order to know where you're going, you got to know where you came from. So we're basically, and it's not like the plan. It's a whole lot different. It's actually, it's probably my favorite class, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just showing all the connection points. When we used to introduce ourselves as cryptocurrency, and it's like people run away from it. Now, when we say inflation and bank losses and things like that, now everybody's kind of open ears, and then we take you through why it's going to be cryptocurrency. So that's kind of the ride. The last day is important too, because we have tools and technology that can show you your bank's health, so you can start to see if your bank is at risk of losing, of a bank failure. So that's something we have to look out for too. You're going to start to see a lot of those bank failures and bank runs. Right, this has been happening international. It's going to happen here. Last couple of years, good amount of big banks have shut down. You're starting to see consolidation in the finance in the banking industry, right? JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America buying other banks out that collapse. So no longer the FDIC is no longer, they don't have to bail people out anymore because those banks know that they're on borrowed time too. So they're trying to stop a contagion. It's playing right into the hands of how these guys develop the system, guys. We're going to have less access to banks. There's going to be a lot more restrictions. And because everything is digital, everything's going to be programmed. Your ability to spend the money where, when, and how. If you don't know how to move correctly, you are going to be a product of this country. Like we already are, but you're really going to be ingrained in this. I'm out by the time that happens. What else we got? I'm done. I felt like I've done everything this morning.
Yeah, nah. Listen, you've been on Mach 9 today. Like this is wild.
Yeah, I'm taking a break.
But I got a gym. You just sparked something. So I got a gym to give to everybody. So what Steve was talking about how we have the pharmaceutical industry that's kind of going to get flipped on side his head. So those of you who are in stocks, etc., that was an opportunity for you. So since Steve gave you one, I'm gonna give you one as well, but I'm gonna give it to you on the crypto side. So there's one company that I want to give to you guys, and the price has shot up almost 70% in the last week since the election. It's at 3 cents right now, almost 4 cents, and it's called XRP Healthcare. We gave this to our community previously, right? But now this is a prime opportunity, and this is why another catalyst as to why it's pumping. Basically, it's going to decentralize the whole healthcare sector, pharmaceutical sector. And it's going to leverage XRPH is the ticker for it to facilitate basic, fast, and secure global payments for healthcare delivery in regions like that's underserved. So in Africa and things like that. So it's amazing, great opportunity for everybody, and it leverages artificial intelligence and blockchain technology. So that's why I wanted to give it to you guys. And it's definitely on a tear. So everybody who's been in it, I know you guys are handsomely rewarded. I know your portfolio is looking greatly sexy right now. So, just keep stacking your bags if you believe in this stuff. But definitely look into it. And I'll drop the link for you guys so you can do a little bit of research on it.
Well, how much is XRP healthcare now?
Right now it's tethering between 3 and 4 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
We gave that play when it was a penny. So, you know, everybody who's had it, you've 3x'd already.
Oh
It's the
man,
power
well, all
of
we're doing is going
information.
backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's in the ticker, the link, all that information is in there. We dropped the links for you guys today. I did see the orders coming through for the AI job impact report. So we'll make sure we get those whipped up for you guys and crafted and sent out. I'll drop the link for you all once again here before we conclude. And everybody who has not yet joined the AI Visionaries Network, I'm going to drop the link for you all again. We welcome you guys and want you to be a part of it now and going forward. And here you go. And for all our new and current members, you guys have access to a whole bunch of courses. One that we just released today, AI and Job Displacement, the Future of Work, which is a great, short, easy to digest course. It's a good it's good information. I truly enjoy it. So I know you guys will too.
All right, yeah, we good.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll take them out. If you guys didn't have any questions or anything before we wrap up. All right. Anybody can raise your hands. And Mr. Auto Trading class. For those of you who
Somebody
missed the
mentioned a link wouldn't accept my sign up. I don't know what link you're talking. What sign up page are you talking about with that? This is I think it's we one or something. One of the latest comments. I didn't know what they meant by it.
yeah, I just responded to it. Where um Edom, I'll bring you up while we address the comments in the chat, and then I'll take everybody out.
What's up, y'all?
Peace, King. What's going on?
All right. Quick question. I know y'all talked about this and y'all, you know, talk against biometrics and all that. I'm on my way to New York City, and I was thinking about getting involved with that World ID app. Um, do y'all have any y'all think that's a good idea as far as the biometrics with that with the core, or still suggest I stay away from that?
What's making you do it? What's the convenience that's important to you?
Uh, just the passport information and the ID info, where if you're traveling, you can pretty much just if they wanted your birthday or something like that, instead of having to give up your whole ID and your address and stuff like that.
How much time is that saving you?
Not much, man.
I'm not going to be first at that party, so I'm going to just watch it. Pull me
Yeah.
out of line. Make
Okay.
my life inconvenient. I'm telling you, convenience is stripping us of our innate ability to learn, our innate ability to do for ourselves. And on top of that, when you start to give your DNA out, you don't know what these guys are going to do with it. Let me just leave you with this one, guys. So in the last year or so, my biggest thing is like health and wellness and just energy, mindfulness, and all that. That's really that's the real currency to me at the end of the day, right? So when I'm on this health journey, I dive into a lot of little things, right? Herbs, frequencies, you name it, right? So one of the things that I'm into is how to heal the body through frequency, right? And DNA. Okay. So I'll do a class on this and I'll introduce the machine and everything to you guys too. So we have a PEMF mat, so pulse electric magnifying field,
Magnet. Mm-hmm.
right? So there's different frequencies on there that can be for a multitude of things, headaches, sciatica, I mean, you name it, everything. It's our daily practice. Like we're always on this thing as much as we can. It sits right at the foot of our bed. So when I started to look at this piece of technology called quantum entanglement, right? So quantum entanglement is the ability so when you look at an image of DNA, it's usually lines and then there's like circle wraps around it that create a DNA, right? So with quantum entanglement, you can in essence heal from a distance. So if Money Mike is in Texas and I had like a hair sample from him or fingernail or toenail or whatever, I can assist him in whatever modality or thing that he's dealing with through quantum entanglement, right? Because no matter where your DNA is at in the world, you can heal somebody through energy, right? So think about it. So if that works with unlimited amount of distance when it comes down to DNA, there's a flip side to it. So that means that you can also possibly do the flip side to that to someone's DNA also. We are so loose with giving out our DNA. You understand? So when you watch a guy like, George Soros and he's buying up radio stations, like, listen, radio stations are dead, right? Like who would want to buy radio stations right now? That's all signal and what? Frequency.
Frequency.
Right.
You understand? So this is why I say be careful with giving out your DNA. And who are you giving that DNA to? What companies are you giving it to?
World ID.
It's
World
the
ID.
world.
And that's run by who?
World Coin. World ID.
Yep.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yeah, World Coin,
Yeah.
World ID, right? So that's big in a lot of third world countries right now, right? So when
Right.
you start to give up your retina in exchange for access to getting things quicker, you know what I'm saying? You got to look at, okay, so now that's the great side. Yeah, I'm able to scan my eyes and I can just go. Now, what's the downside to that? Because I tell people
You
they're
got your
always going to
influence.
sell you on what the upside is. You got to start looking at the downside, and then when you put them both together, then you effectively ask yourself, is this really worth it right now for me?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
I'm an investor in WorldCoin. I wouldn't be lining up for it. I'm just telling you.
Mm-hmm.
So, good brother, I would say to just hold out a little bit. Deal with the inconvenience of a long lunch line. Trust me when I tell you that. Because if we don't have anybody resisting on that side, then they're going to make it a blanket thing and everybody has to deal with it. You understand? And
Yeah.
thank God for like the whatever percentage of people that didn't want to get that vaccine, because if we would effectively all lay down, they'd be steamrolling us right now.
Absolutely.
Right? Invest in WorldCoin. Don't
I got
Sign
a,
up
I
as
got a
part
little
two.
bit of that, but I just wanted to ask the question. I kind of knew what y'all was gonna say anyway, but just
yeah.
wanted to, you know,
And you don't want to be first at these parties either, right?
nah,
Because like I said, listen, Elon Musk is giving people back vision. Can you imagine him taking vision from you and then selling you vision back again? Do you not think they have the ability or the morality to do shit like that?
Absolutely.
right.
Give you cancer and then cure cancer?
So, what's happening now?
Exactly. Yeah, I would hold off on. I would just be a WorldCoin investor. And you know that wicked stuff is tied to Bill Gates and all those guys too. So you just got to kind of look at who's going to be using the biometrics on that. It's going to be all
Mhm.
governments at the end of the day.
Yeah. And it's already happening. They
Yeah.
in Dubai since I was over there in 2010 forward. So 2000 and I think 11 was when they introduced biometric retina scans outside of our passport. That was the second line of verification. So it's almost like a KYC on a crypto exchange. Passport scan, and then you have to look in the camera, and they're taking your biometric to allow you into their country.
Right.
This is the thing. You know what I mean? It's the ability of free flow. You all have the common right to go wherever you please without submitting your information. You know, you just have to be inconvenienced. You have to go through a separate line. It's longer. You might have to get searched, but hey, you're in, and you retained your information, your data, your privacy.
It's three things we need to do with our data, and we keep telling you guys this. It's three M's when it comes to data, right? Maintain. That means watch who you give it to,
Mm-hmm.
right? Minimize. Well, minimize is watching who you're giving it to. Maintaining is just making sure that you're not like, you know exactly where it's at. And then the last thing you need to do is you need to monetize it. So when you're giving your data to somebody in the future, they need to give you something back in return for it. Remember, I keep telling you that if you're not paying for the product, you are the product at the end of the day. So that's your only baseline. Am I paying for it? Right. And then what are the benefits, the pros and cons? And then once you put all that together, what you do is then you go back to your greater community. Right. It's not just Champ and I, it's just everybody. Like put a 1 in the chat if you really want to scan your eyes in order to pass through a line quicker. I'm just being honest. Like if that was an option, you need to vote on that today. Put a 1 in the chat, yes, and put a 2 if you wouldn't do it.
Twos and hell knows is what I got.
So there you go, good brother. That's the collective. This is the power of when you have community around you, right? You
Right.
don't feel like you're by yourself, because that's what happens when you're by yourself or you're amongst peers who aren't really elevated in the way they think. They'll shame you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, black men didn't vote for, like what? Who are you talking to like that? Like this is where we're going to. They're basically like they don't even have to beat us into submission. All they got to do is tell you like, we need you to do this. And then you got a first wave of people that'll always do it. Then the second wave of people, it's not until they mess up your ability to make money. That's why I tell you that it's so pivotal what we're doing right now. Because when somebody puts something up against me in my livelihood, I can tell you that I eat off land. So I'm the last guy to fall for something because I'd rather get down to zero before I give up some of my stuff.
Right.
And that's why I say globalization is important, because when you start to see what certain countries do or how certain countries will react to certain problems that they create, to have the flexibility of being able to take a passport and basically head into any country that you want that's not operating like that is really the key to freedom.
Applying for my Ghanaian passport on Monday. That's really why I'm going out here.
You
Stopping
going,
in New York and then DC.
okay. Where you
Yeah, I'm
trying to
getting it.
land?
I'm getting it by descent because my parents are from Ghana. So
Oh, so you're getting a U.S. passport.
no, I got a U.S. passport. I'm
Oh,
saying
you're
I'm
getting a
going to
Ghana
DC.
passport.
Yeah, I'm going to DC on Monday. That's really why I'm headed out here right now.
All right, you're
Yeah.
doing the right thing, man. I got some contacts for you out there too in Ghana. And I'm sure you have your family being from there, but just some real estate development stuff. I have some people that are highly connected out there too.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just email us. You got, or you got my IG or something. You can just tap into me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but good luck with that. But yeah, that WorldCoin situation, bro, just resist as long as you can.
Yeah.
Resistance is key. Yeah.
It ain't even all the way connected yet to be doing all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're lab monkeys at the end of the day, man. But now that we have the knowledge, we just got to resist at this point now. And like I said, when you could eat off land, like I mean, figuratively and in all ways, like you would watch how none of this shit really applies to you at the end of the day. Because I can remember being out in Philly with my wife and we weren't vaccinated, and they were going back and forth flip flopping. So there was times where you couldn't go to a restaurant without a card, and we could have easily got a fake card, but then I'm like, I don't want to do that because I'll be acquiescing to the situation. So you got somebody at the door asking you for a card. They're not looking at your ID or anything. I'm like, this whole system's dumb. And then we're
Wow.
like, oh, can we eat today? And then we got to go on the computer to be like, oh, nah, there's a restriction. And I'm like, there's no way. I saw the future of the world, and I'm like, I ain't doing that with anybody.
Yeah.
I wasn't going with that vaccine. That was over.
I mean, look at what's happening right now in the news cycle.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Just
suing.
think about it. And the crazy part about it is we don't even know the ramifications of it because they're talking about the blowback is like every year you're going to start to see more and more um uh just health issues right now. If I tell you the amount of people that I know that have died with cancer, not people I know personally, but just through friends, 40, 50 years old, rapid cancer. You know what I'm saying? Just rapid adolescent diabetes. Like, what is happening right now?
I had to do
Wow.
the religious exemption for my daughter every year. Even though I'm not religious, spiritual, but just to get past that little situation in the public school system, I had to do that for her every year.
Yeah.
This is where we at. So now when you start
I ain't playing that.
that's what we say until they have access to our digital wallets, and then they tell you, well, you ain't got no money.
Right.
So that's why I say it's important to resist because that shouldn't be done, and we should always have options in this world.
Always.
But you know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I do appreciate you bringing that question because there is a lot of pressure on us nowadays. And like I said, without the right community, we can start to make we can start to make decisions based on like just kind of
Misinformation.
misinformation, birds of a feather flocking together, the pressure to have to conform to whatever your family is doing. I've always been the black sheep, so there's nobody that can tell me anything.
Hmm.
And I just, this is my champ, and I set up this community just to have open talk and, to give you information that most people won't. And we're not focused on the what everybody else is focused on. We're looking at the future of how things are done. And then we reverse engineer things. I'm not looking to live in the future. I'm just looking to protect myself, my future self from the future.
Right.
And then my kids, they got another baton that they run it even past that. So I got to implement them, I got to give them that resist now. Right. And that's not easy in this society because everybody is doing the same exact thing. And this is why when they come out with something, they create a problem is because we all, they've trained us this way. And not only the training part, but then we don't even know chemically how we're not even operating properly. So that's why I tell you, this DNA stuff, do not play around with it. Google quantum entanglement. I'm like, trust the science. They're not even teaching the science properly. Quantum entanglement. And then you will never give up your DNA. And granted, guys, our DNA sheds. Shit, you walk on a beach, DNA, you walk outside, your DNA is shedding. We're constantly giving up our DNA out here. But yeah, let's be smart. We're not doing the world coin
Appreciate
situation.
y'all, man.
I appreciate you too, man. And then, safe travels to Ghana when you get out there. Don't come back.
Absolutely.
I'm coming. I'm back and forth, man, but I want that extra passport. I'm also working on Mexico too. Just had my appointment with the consulate yesterday. So
now listen, we have some stuff coming up on globalization. We have to be careful. Not every the thing about Africa and Caribbean countries is they're not a gateway to other countries. Right. So there's certain countries that when you get that passport, you can get in east to west. You can get into China, Russia, and the United States. Those are the most valuable passports.
Yeah, Ghana ain't opening up too much of nothing, but it's a second passport I can leave if I need to.
The Ghana stuff is good, but when the next one that you get, you want it to be more of a global entry to other places.
Right.
You understand? Because that U.S. passport is not going to hold the way they used to hold. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to start a course on that. We got a guy coming in that's gonna lay the groundwork for that. We have people for relocation services throughout the world that we've connected with. Like I said, listen, when this crypto wealth comes in, this is why this is the most powerful group I know known to man right now on the internet. Because when the crypto wealth comes in, we already know how to move globally.
Yeah.
That's the access that everybody's going to get when they're members of the academy. But whatever, miss it, do whatever. It's better to be prepared than to look back and regret. Yeah, y'all know the drill. Don't be dumb. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend.
I do too.
That's it, man. That's all I got for y'all. Be safe out there.
All right. Listen, Guys, we greatly appreciate you all. This has been AI for Breakfast. Today, we went over our new course launch, AI and Job Displacement, the Future of Work. We gave you guys a discount code for your AI Job Impact Report. We want you all to partake and kind of enjoy the information behind that, save yourself time and money, and future-proof for yourself. And some AI updates in the industry. All right. And of course, we sprinkled in a little spot play or two for you guys and some opportunities. The replay will be back available for everybody. Again, I want you guys to sign up for the AI Visionaries Network. It is free. And we'll see you guys on that side. All right. Big love. Appreciate you all. Peace.